So we're on to a little body work now. I got started here on one side of the hood, getting the paint off. We'll continue on this side. So I got the grinder here with a flap wheel, 80 grit, and then I'm grabbing the DA after and running it with 80 grit as well to knock it down. I got her down, most of the crap off. I gotta figure out which fenders I got that are the best fenders. Get those stripped down. So I gotta figure out doors too. I've only got one set of crew cab rear doors, so we're gonna make do with those ones. But we'll find the best front doors we got so we can do as little work as we can there. I know I got some good fenders somewhere as well. We're getting her tore down. Gonna get the cab back off of it so I can just get ready to get it primed. I got the front fenders, the hood, the two doors there all stripped down or mostly stripped down. Still got to work the back two doors. So I'm gonna get the body back so it's lighter to move around and get all this into a epoxy primer. Okay, we got this up here. So I'll show you what we've been doing. Made these little plates to weld in there. Tie the rocker boxes together. And then what I ended up doing here for the rockers was just welding in a panel on the bottom because the 74 is like a channel. This side's welded out. I got the firewall welded out. DA'd the roof skin down. I'm gonna get the engine and transmission out of the frame, and I'll put the cab back on the frame just so it's easier to move around and finish out the body work. Hang the doors and the fenders back on, figure out the grill, and then shoot the exterior part of the cab all in one shot. So, all right, so we got our Evercoat Everglass. And what I'm doing is I'm taking it anywhere it's been welded or metal worked. Okay, I applied that. This isn't finishing work. This is just to kind of cover and rough it in. So I got all that on and just knocked down enough. Got a little bit here. I'm gonna lower the cab down and just tidy up a couple areas in there. Okay, and then once we got that tidied up, I got this 3M product over here. This NVH dampening material. It's a two-part, and it'll be going up in the roof structure on the rails that we made to help hold the roof and keep it from vibrating and whatnot. So I'm gonna bring the truck down, tidy up those couple spots, and then get the vibration stuff put in. So we finally got this truck prepped down for primer of the cab. I got a cheapo Amazon gun. So we're running the 2.5 tip on it. And we're gonna use the Everbuild 4:1. This has got, it's good for direct to metal, epoxy enriched. Okay, I know everyone probably freaking out saying you gotta use epoxy, but this will be just fine. So we're gonna give her a wipe down before we spray it. So once I get 3 coats of primer on it, I can give it a block, get a rough idea of what it needs to be filled, and then do the body work over that. Then shoot her with another couple coats of primer, block it, and seal coat it. We got the primer on it. It's been a couple weeks, I guess now. So I'm starting to block it out. I've done the other side of the roof here. So you can see how it's not very straight. It's got quite a bit of imperfection in it. This is with the short strand underneath, roughed in. Making some progress. The roof on this side was pretty wavy. It was a lot of work. It wasn't so much that it was really deep dents or anything. It was just a lot of little small ripples from welding on here and then getting some of those dents out. It was pretty uneven, and I probably got 4 skim coats and then blocking on there. It was like sanding a 4x8 sheet of plywood, just brutal, but got it pretty close, I think. So I'm gonna start now in the second half. I think on this side I'm gonna do is I'm gonna guide coat it, block it, find the lows, and try and work a couple smaller coats on the low spots there first. Well, ended up skim coating the whole stupid thing anyway, so I'll start blocking down. Got it blocked out half decent. I did the guide coat so you can see kind of all the little lows all over the place. I'm out of filler, so I gotta push the project back in the hole over there until I get gotta get a couple trucks through the shop, and then I get back on it. I get the doors primered, mounted on. When I did all the fitting work, I had the other door mounted, and I never ever mounted this door, and I got a terrible gap here. I'm gonna have to put a zip cut in this, dolly that part back, weld that to open that gap, and then zip cut here and dolly this over, and then add a sliver in here to fix that, because that gap's huge. On this corner here, I'm tight right here where I welded in this cap corner, so I'm gonna have to do the same thing here, cut a sliver out, dolly this back, weld it up, and then work that corner. So I guess that's not the end of the world. So I've been block sanding and primering and doing all that. So these doors are pretty much done. So this one here was the one that had a real bad line here. I ended up having to cut the door this way, cutting it on both ends and reshaping it and reblocking it all out to try and get that correct shape like that. So it needs probably a couple coats of primer. The cab, the roof's all blocked out. It's not perfect. I've been going around and marking any small spots so I can kind of tidy those up. Get those tidied up. So yeah, I'm gonna go around actually right now and do the seam sealer. Put the seam sealer back in all the factory seams. So I'll get those sealed up. You can see there's still some imperfections here to do a little bit of work. So I got this urethane 3M seam sealer here. Hopefully this works all right. We'll find out. So any of the spots where I got some body work going, obviously this is a pretty big panel to do, so I'll throw down the 4-to-1 on that, on these sections, and on the roof. I got all the seam sealer in there. It actually worked out not too bad. So it's all seam sealed. That didn't go very nice right there. One of the cans, or one of the tubes I got must have been old, because it was like hardening as soon as it came out. So unfortunate there, but oh well. So I got it all kind of worked out. So like I say, I'll just hit all these spots. Well, it seems to be taking forever. So I got another coat of primer on there. Still got a bunch of pinholes that I'm filling in. I can show you here on this door. So basically there's a few little pinholes kind of here and there. So I'm going to put on that glazing putty. I'll block sand those out. All right, so I ended up putting guide coat over the whole thing again. This is what I used for the guide coat. All right, it's pretty reasonable price stuff. So I did over the whole truck and the doors again. So I'm just gonna give this a real quick. It's already blocked pretty flat and straight and everything, but I wanna make sure, because I sprayed 4-to-1 in spots, and the overspray and everything kind of went everywhere. And so I'm gonna have to knock down everything again. So I'm just gonna use some 240 and go over all the doors. Not gonna really cut much off, just trying to, like I say, smooth it out. And then we're gonna put a final 2 coats of this primer here. The Eurofill, because the super build you can't, well, you're not supposed to base clear over. So I'm gonna put this urethane primer, do 2 coats of this, and just a light sand, and then we'll throw the base on. So I'll get this blocked down now. Okay, we're all blocked out. Got it dusted off. I'm gonna start spraying here. I got about 30 minutes to spray all this here, because I gotta go, me and Sarah are going out. So I gotta get this done. Half an hour, here we go. So I got the urethane primer on it. It's not looking terrible. It's so much dust in here. It's pretty dusty, so it's gonna be a fair bit of work probably blocking this down, but looks all right. I got the doors flipped over here this morning, so I'm going to scuff the doors all down and then spray the primer around the doors to get it ready. Yeah, I mean, the roof line's not perfect, but it doesn't look terrible. So it'll be all right. An interior. Get a pint mixed, and then get these things sprayed, And then these doors, a couple of the doors and some of the heavier repair spots are gonna need another coat of urethane by the looks of it. Once I get these primed on this lip here, I'll be done for today. Let that dry, and then I'm gonna spray the inside of the cab, all the door jambs, and the door jambs on the back sides here of all these doors, get everything bolted on, and then I'll spray the outside all as one. At least that's the plan. Okay, so the other night, I just wanted to get this painted quick. So I painted some of these interior parts, the back sides of the doors, and then the door jambs. Yeah, it turned out all right. What have I got here? A little bit. Yeah, the coverage. I'm not a professional painter, so the coverage is a little questionable for the base coat on some of the parts, but it'll do. Now, for the interior, before we spray the interior, I decided I'm gonna add a weld-a-plate and a nut in there, just like I did on the back, because I don't want to be limited to using the extended cab front seats. I do have a set of crew cab seats, and I'd like to just be able to have the regular seat belts so we can change those out, because the only set of extended cab seats I have are gray, and I don't think they're going to look good with this brown. So I got a set of Harley seats, and I might try and trade the Harley seats for some King Ranch seats or something. I think it'll look a little better with the color. We didn't know what color we were going to paint it, and then Sarah and I were talking, and I had a 1986 F-150, like my first truck, and it was this color, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go out to one of the parts cabs out back and find a couple threaded inserts that I can cut out of it and weld those in the front cab. Jace gave me a hand here to tape off the door jambs, just quick so we don't get overspray on them, or try to reduce the overspray on them. I wiped everything down and used a tack cloth. So I got some base mixed up here. I'm using the shop line. It's a PPG shop line, JVX. It's pretty reasonable. And then for the clear, I just got this cheapo, well, it's a lower end CarWorks clear. This is just for the interior and the door jambs. On the exterior, I'll use some Enviro base. And this is what I shoot with the Techna Pro Light. It's a reasonable price gun, pretty nice, 25 pounds. That's just what I use. So I'll get it set up there and start spraying some base on. It's pretty cold here, so I got a big honking heater that's gonna blow everything straight out my door. So what I do is I start painting, I'll get the base down, then I'll crack that door open, fire the heater on, and it'll just blow most of everything out the door. So you wouldn't want to do your whole car because you get dust in it like crazy, but for the small stuff, it seems to be working pretty good. All right, the base is down. Just gonna start mixing up some clear and then shoot the clear on it. I got the doors back on. I think it turned out pretty good. So just gotta, gonna get on next to doing the dash, the heater, get the wipers, all that stuff all plumbed in there. I start assembling that. This just needs its final sand down. It's all in its like kind of final stages. So it's coming along, but yeah, so the next one we'll start doing interior, getting the interior back together, getting it wired and fitting the front section. Got to get the intercooler and the radiator and everything all to fit in nicely behind the grill. And I got a couple parts grills up there. I'm gonna have to cut and weld because I don't have a good one, so those are pretty pricey. Haven't been able to find a half decent price used one, so I'm gonna try and make one out of nothing. So anyways, until the next one.